Aquarius, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what the collective needs to hear at this time. I've set that intention with my guides and with this deck. So if you are here because this is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot and see what Spirit has for you this week. Be sure and like the video for me. Definitely leave a comment if you feel called to do so. And subscribe if you like the messages. All of your interactions really help to grow my channel, but they also help to push the messages out for others so that they can receive them as well. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is burdens, right? This is like burnout, carrying a lot of responsibility, a lot of overwhelm, right? It's just taking on way too many responsibilities and needing to really speak up and say no, right? Like having your boundaries. But it's also the 10, which is the end of that cycle, right? So he is very close to his house. Like he's, as soon as he gets there, he can release those burdens, right? So this, I feel like you are carrying a lot of burdens around something, maybe feeling very burnt out about a situation. So the present situation is the Seven of Cups. And I feel like this is about confusion, right? The Seven of Cups can be about options. This can be about choices and even like, daydreaming and thinking of all the possibilities that you have, right? But this can also be about illusions and confusions, right? And not knowing what to choose, not knowing, which direction to go in. And that can be why you're carrying a lot of burdens, right? There's just a lot of confusion right now in your energy. So the blockage is the moon, and the moon is about your intuition. This is about illusions. This is things coming to light and, seeing situations for what they are. So I feel like there is this need to trust your intuition. That's what's causing this confusion. Like you're refusing to acknowledge a truth or acknowledge a situation for what it is and really needing to trust your intuition to make a decision, but you're not trusting your intuition and you're not acknowledging the truth of a situation, right? Not seeing it for what it is, like the disillusionment, right? Because you have two cards here of illusions. So I feel like there's a need to trust your intuition and acknowledge a situation here, making a decision, making a choice. The root cause of this situation is the Ace of Pentacles. So the aces are gifts from the divine, right? Like they're handing you this new stable beginning, and it's up to you to receive that gift, right? Be open to receive it, and then its potential, right? So you take that new beginning and then you take the actions you need in order to move forward here. So I feel like there is like this new beginning, this new abundant, stable beginning that is trying to open to you. And I feel like you're very closed off, or you're just not trusting your intuition on this new beginning. Maybe you're, you could have some underlying fear about making a choice or stepping into a new beginning here, right? Because the moon is very much about fears and the underlying energy, right? So maybe you don't have all of the information. You're not seeing everything in regards to the choices and options that you do have, but you are being handed this new beginning. It is, again, just up to you to trust in your intuition and to really see this for what it is. Just because you don't have all of the information, you can still move forward with it, right? Maybe, if this is like a new job, you don't have like, every detail about it. that can like bring up some underlying fears, right? Like needing to start a new job. You want all that information, right? And you want to know everything there is about it. And that's, that's a very wise decision to make. But maybe because you're not seeing all of the information, it has you questioning and it has you very confused about this new beginning. So, in the recent past, what is affecting this current situation? We have the Hierophant. So, the Hierophant is about beliefs, it's about traditions, right? So, I feel like this has something to do with you and your belief system, right? Again, maybe refusing to learn something here, or being too rigid in your belief systems that you're not open to this new opportunity. Like you're not seeing it. It's, maybe it's something completely different than what you're used to, right? And that's why you can't see it, right? So if you've always worked a 9 to 5 and this is a new way of doing things, like being an entrepreneur or stepping into some kind of new role here, this could be you needing to not be so rigid in your belief systems and really, finding and learning something new about stability, learning how to, do this new beginning here. Because I feel like you have very traditional beliefs on either like how you earn money or what stability is for you, right? And maybe needing to see that differently, because it has you very confused on moving into this new stage, right? You're just not seeing this gift from spirit here. So the message from your higher self or your subconscious is the devil. So the devil is toxic energy. This is repeating patterns, self-sabotaging behavior, and needing to set yourself free from that, right? Needing to unchain yourself, set yourself free, liberate yourself from self-sabotaging behaviors, your rigid belief systems, your patterns that you repeat, right? Maybe like you've been daydreaming about this new beginning, and now that it's here, you're kind of self-sabotaging, right? Oh, well, that can't work out, right? You're letting your fears get the better of you. And again, not seeing the situation for what it is. It is a gift from spirit, but again, you need to see it and accept it and then move forward with it. So there could be some fear around that because of your beliefs in how you earn money and how you build stability, right? This doesn't even have to be in money. This can just be in relationships, right? But this is very much that self-sabotaging behavior. And I feel like spirit is telling you to free yourself from that, from the constraints of, you could be, again, with negative thought patterns, you could be keeping yourself stuck in situations that are not healthy because you're afraid of starting something new, right? In the immediate future, we have the Ace of Cups. So another gift from spirit is coming in here. This is a new emotional beginning. This new opportunity. Again, this is a gift from the divine being given to you so that you can fill your own cup, right? So this could be new love. This could be a new relationship. This could just be you opening up to your intuition, opening up your heart space and filling your own cup, right? This doesn't even have to involve another person, but this is definitely a gift. It can arrive in many forms, right? Self-love, new relationship, a new connection, a new job that is going to make you very happy. But this is like opening to happiness and being open to what is meant for you, what spirit is trying to bring in here for you, right? So maybe you were disillusioned about some kind of new stable beginning, right? And because of your beliefs, it's just got you kind of, in a negative thought pattern. But that is all in your past, right? You are leaving all of that behind and you're now stepping into a new emotional beginning, a new time, a new way of being. I feel like you're opening your heart here. You could be like really opening up to your intuition as well, because this is very much about your intuition. So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is about competition, right? Rivalry. This is about, needing to use healthy competition in a productive way, right? Using your ego in a productive way. It's also about finding solutions to overcome obstacles. So I feel like you're probably feeling maybe a little defeated or conflicted here, right? But I feel like this is you really wanting to find solutions and really wanting to overcome these obstacles. You're feeling like you just really want to move on from whatever that situation was here in the past, or move on from a mindset or a belief system here, right? So in your environment, the influence here is the Three of Wands. I absolutely love that for you. So this is growth, expansion, and adventure ahead of you. This is you stepping into that new role or identity or way of being. This mindset, these beliefs that were holding you back, right? On how to build stability, what stability is for you, right? I feel like that is all transforming for you here, and you're opening up to a new emotional way of being, a new, maybe you're starting a spiritual practice with that Ace of Cups, right? Whatever that is. But this Three of Wands is about looking out to the horizon, looking out to the future, right? And then stepping into that new way of being. And this is, expanding your belief systems, expanding your emotions, and growth on your spiritual path, and personal growth, spiritual growth. This could be expanding a business, expanding your thoughts, and seeing things from a different perspective, right? Changing your mindset. So growth on how you do things, right? Growth on how you see stability, all of those things, right? So it could also be about travel. You could be traveling somewhere, because that is a card for me of traveling. But there is, this growth happening around you, and this expansion of consciousness, maybe an expansion of a business, expansion of your emotions. So in your hopes and fears, we have the Star. I love that. So the Star is that hope of that renewal of hope after like a long period, or after like a toxic pattern, right? Feeling those burdens, like burnt out, overwhelmed, and going through like a big lesson here, or maybe even a tough cycle. Then this is like that renewal of hope for the future, and really like healing, right? So you could be really hopeful for the future, keeping your faith, right? Because this is all about having that faith that things are going to work out, and then healing your mind, body, and spirit from that. Really focusing on your spiritual practice, your physical well-being, and letting that divine energy flow through you, and even acting on your creative impulses. It's also about wish fulfillment, right? So I feel like you're just very hopeful. You're keeping your faith, and that's good. That's a good place to be in, especially when you've been through a tough cycle, right? So the potential outcome here is the High Priestess. That's amazing energy. So the High Priestess is your intuition, right? That inner knowing, but she is, she illuminates what's hidden, the things behind the veil. So again, you could be opening up to your intuition. You could be opening up more to that connection to the divine, right? Again, with that Ace of Cups, like you could be opening up to messages from spirit, that connection with your guides, and strengthening your intuition through your spiritual practice, right? Trusting yourself more, following your intuition. And, it's about like trusting that inner knowing rather than the logical steps to move forward, right? Especially with this belief systems, like being so rigid in your beliefs on how you build stability, how you, do things from like a financial standpoint, right? Like these are tangible things, right? The pentacles are that earth energy. That's, money, resources, time, whatever this tangible is. I feel like you are really kind of seeing that differently and using your intuition more than your logical sense, right? Maybe that's how you've done it in the past with those rigid beliefs with that Hierophant, right? And this is kind of changing that for you and opening up more to your intuition, and then letting your inner knowing guide you instead of logic, right? Because those answers are always within you, right? And then trusting yourself, trusting your intuition here. So I really love that. I feel like things are kind of opening up for you. maybe changing a mindset or just really opening up to your intuition. I love that. This Ace of Cups will be different for each of you. You could be opening up to a relationship, maybe opening up to a new job, whatever this new emotional beginning is. It's going to be very fulfilling, right? Like your cup is going to be overflowing. This cup shows all this water like overflowing, right? Your cup runneth over. So I definitely feel like there is a new beginning coming in here, and lots of healing, and then trusting yourself. But I really love this. So ending a cycle of burdens and burnout and moving into more trusting yourself and trusting your intuition, to build whatever it is that you want to, right? Expanding your consciousness and expanding your beliefs, expanding your world here. So I really love that. I think that's a great message. I hope that this message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.